heavy hitters. Welcome back to Heavy Hitter Media. I am the heavy hitter. And over here we do commentary on reality TV's plus size men's fashion and hot topics. This week we're going to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race Season 7 All Stars, All Winners, Episode 3, The Realness of Fortune Ball. Man, this was a good one. Like, these chicks are doing some serious, real drag. Like, well, some of them. Some of them. They're all pretty good contenders, but you have some that are just standouts, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So, man, let's go and have this heavy conversation. So, we start off the episode. Jinx walks in with this evil laugh. She is so quirky. I love it. I love it. So, they sit down, and the Vivian is like, okay, so what's your method? What do you like? How did you decide? And Jinx is like, look, it is what it is. In order to get above in this game, you have to have strategy. And my strategy always was to choose someone who already has a star. So they're all pretty much like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So Monet is excited that she didn't get chosen, that they didn't choose her? Whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So Monet's excited, and they talk about it, and they were like, what would you have done? What would you have done? And then I think it's Evie says, I would have lingered around Monet to make her sweat a little bit. I would have too, because Monet thinks she got this on lock. And if you haven't watched it, later on in the episode, they're conversing and having a conversation like, oh, okay, I see what Monet is doing. She's the only one with a star who hasn't gotten blocked. How is this alliance working for everybody? I was like, that's cool. So Shay enters the workroom with the beautiful golden bedazzled rhinestone Kiss My ASS plunger. So she's like, I take it as a compliment that, you have chosen me. That lets me know that I'm a threat. And I agree. Because again, they're going only at this point for people who have the legendary stars. So they're definitely seen as a threat. She sits down and she's like, so they're like, wait, what? What are you doing? What's going on here? Like, she sits in her confessional. She's like, yeah, I'm just gonna fuck with him a little bit. I'm gonna tell him I came up with this miraculous plan that the plunger helps unlock the gift that keeps on giving. It's smart because they are sweating and they're just like, wait, what is it, girl? They didn't tell me. Then Trinity catches on and she's like, she comes over, she's like, and they're all like, okay, wait. And they both sit there and they're like, I love it. So they're really effing with their heads. And then Monet's like, maybe they're just messing with us. And Jada's like, no, they're not. They're not. Oh, could they be? Could they be? I love it. Shay had them sweating because she was like, I know something you don't know. It is cute. Trinity caught on to it. So anyway, we move on. We start getting undressed. And Jada starts to play in Vivian's clothes. Vivian's clothes. It's cute because the clothes are humongous on her little bitty frame. And she's stumbling around doing the robot. It's really, really funny. And she's in her confessional talking about the plan of not having a plan. And like, do you follow me? Very much. Look over there. Very much airhead, but it was really, really cute. So they're sitting around talking about strategy. And of course, they're bragging about who has stars, because stars are doing here, doing there, doing. And they're like, okay, so we have 4 out of 3 stars, and they go through the 4 they should have. And they get to Trinity, and they're like, well, you're blocked, you didn't get yours, because you remember she won last week, and she didn't get a chance to get her star. So they're not talking about anything. You know what I was wondering? Because Ru comes into the break room after you didn't already had your that part. So is it just me, or when Ru comes in, she is strategically and intentionally far from them? And sometimes I'm like, is she green screening in there? Is she really, are they cutting and pasting these people together? Because she just looks abnormally far. But then sometimes they look like they're in the same space. But to me, they just seem like, I don't know if they're in the same room. Okay, but anyway, that's just me. Well, they're getting ready to play the game because, every episode has to start off with a fun game. And the game is Hungman. And we get an old pit crew. And, of course, one of the pit crewmen come in, scantily adorning his skivvies and his mantis. And And they're like, oh no, not that type of hung man. This type of hung man. My Nelson Mandela screen. And they play, of course, a digital game of the screen. So it's basically they play the game, child, and they go through it, and it's a bunch of people who don't know syllables nor vowels. Funny. And it turns out that it's Vanna White Party is what they're trying to solve because, again, it's the Vanna White Party. Catch it, because guess who's coming later? So we get into it, and Ru announces what's going on because it's going to be the Realness of Fortune Ball. And you must have 3 looks. And the first look is the Vanna White Realness Classic Game Hostess Glamour. The second look is Before and After, Diana Ross Matthews, meaning that you're going to take a well-known person and connect it with another individual. Let's just say, hypothetically, well, hell, they said Diana Ross Matthews, tying Diana Ross with whatever, Matthew Ross, because he's Matthews Ross, she's Diana Ross. But I'll go through the letter. You can see what I'm talking about. And the last category is going to be Realness of Fortune Eleganza, made from scratch, meaning this is a design challenge. Pretty much everyone there can sew, design, and create a look, except for Jinx. Heavy. Okay. So they have this cute idea of how they're going to assign the colors to each girl. You know, this season is really a fresh breath of air because, let me lean in so I can really talk to you. This is really a fresh breath of air because Drag Race had really gotten stale. It had really gotten gimmicky. It had gotten predictable. And it was just like, okay, production. Okay, this is who's winning. Okay, this is who's going home. Okay, she's getting a lot of airtime. Yes. Oh, now we hear her struggle. Okay, this is who's going to win. It had gotten really predictable. So I like this spin that they're doing with All Stars, All Winners season. I really do love it. So they come up with this game of how they're going to assign the colors for the ball for one of the categories. It's the Wheel of Fortune wheel. Mind you, again, we have played Hangman, which was Vanna White Party. We're now playing Spin the Wheel. So all these clues are tying together of what's getting ready to happen. So we spin the wheel and the colors that are assigned, and you may be able to win money, which is so funny because a couple of people win money and somebody loses that money. Okay, so let's start off. Jinx spins. She lands on lavender. She lands on Lavender Fields of Provence, France. Shay spins. She lands on White Cliffs of Dover. Monet loses. So Monet spins and she hits lose $500. Is that what it is? Did she get it and lose it? No, Monet spins, she lands on lose $500. That was one of the choices. She spins again and she lands on the Emerald Isles of Ireland, green. Jada spins, she lands on the Black Sands Beach of Hawaii. Raja spins, she lands on the Golden Pagoda of something. Evie wins, she lands on 500. She spins again, she lands on 1,000. Evie has now won $1,500 off of her spins, right? But of course, dun dun dun, Mother Ru throws in the monkey wrench. Don't forget, there is a bankrupt section on here, and she spins for a third time. Where does she land? Bankrupt, and they take the little money slots back. So funny. She spins again, and this time she lands on the great blue hole of Belize. Trinity spins, and she hits bankrupt. Now, for some reason, unlike Evie, depending on how it was edited, Trinity doesn't spin again. She steps back. I thought it was a little odd. Evie spins again. She now lands on the pink city of Jaipur, India. Trinity now steps back up. But all the spots and the colors have been assigned, so she gets what's left, which is the red square of Moscow, Russia. We now go back over to the workroom, and they see this huge area of materials and accents and things that are really, really beautiful. They start going through everything, and everybody's like, I like this, I like this. Ooh, that's cute, girl, that's cute, girl. Ooh, girl, give me that, girl, that's cute. Ooh, girl, that's gonna be cute. Yeah, so I like that. So Monet says she hasn't sewn since season 10 when she made the infamous hideous sponge dress. Iconic, ugly sponge dress Girl, you should never sew for yourself again. And you know what, Monet, while I got your attention, girl, you ain't gonna never see this because you probably never see my little channel. But Monet, while I got your attention and some of your fans' attention, girl, you know, my last episode, my last review, I said I don't buy her, and I think I don't buy her because I find her attractive. I still don't buy her. I still don't buy Monet's drag. Drag, again, it is very elevated pedestrian. I think that's what I used last time. Elevated pedestrian. It's just, just looking at some of the like Trinity's clothing and compared to a lot of those girls, Trinity reads and translates all-star. Some of them are giving season 17 RuPaul's Drag Race, not all-stars. Ooh, heavy. And Raja discusses making the challenge work for her because, you know, in her season, she won the design challenge. So she doesn't want this to be a time where she doesn't do well because people are going to expect her to do well because she did so well during her season. Again, we're revisiting the fact that Jinx can't sew. There have been 14 seasons of Drag Race, 7 seasons of All Stars. And this happens to be All Stars, all winners. Jinx still can't sew. Bitch, what? Now, mind you, I'm sure with her success, she's been able, of course, she has people sew for her and design for her. However, girl, if you're going on Drag Race, I think Drag Race 101 is learn to do the basic front and back pattern. If it's a slide on, t-shirt, dress, add sleeves. Zippers a little complex because they can become a little wavy. So you got to be really good when you're pulling and zipping. I don't know much about sewing. My Gigi used to taught me how to sew a little bit. I haven't sewn in years, but you know, it could be a little tricky because you want to learn the basics of a pattern. And I remember when I first started learning how to sew, oh God, rest in peace, Tracy. God, my Gigi cut me a pattern, right? And that was my pattern to take with me when I wanted to sew on my own. God, I wonder what I did with that. Anyway, I'm sorry. Come back up. And so, Jinx, learn the basic pattern. Anyway, Ru pops in. She calls Jinx and she says, hey, why'd you block Shay? Talk to me, girlfriend. Why'd you block Shay? And she was like, girl, again, just like I told everybody else, somebody's got to be blocked. And my strategy is to block somebody who already had a star. You know, I need to get my second star before she does. So if I block her, then my potential increases. My potential increases of me getting a star before her. So girl, it's strategy. Love you. Mean it. Monet is now called over, says that Ru's like, so what are you gonna do? You know, what are you gonna do? She's like, man, I would have loved to have been in the 70s, the parties, the drugs. Monet, you know you're on TV, right? You know you're on TV, right? You could have said the nostalgia, the sense of freedom, the revolution that was happening for all races during the 70s. But girl, you said the parties, the drugs. So girl, you party? Allegedly. I got that raised eyebrow on you, girl. Yeah, okay, I see you, girl. Anyway, so she talks about that. And Ru is like, well, why haven't you gotten a plunger yet? And she's like, well, you know, there's some things happening and, you know, I just haven't gotten it. That raised eyebrow on you, honey. Evie has talked about it. She says how she enjoyed Evie's boogeyman and how it really became sexy. Evie's like, oh, I meant to be kind of scary, but, you know, I just went with it. Evie is an attractive guy, though. And in her season, I never looked at Evie like that. Well, maybe Evie has grown into her attractiveness since her season. Because now I'm like, okay, Evie's kind of handsome. Evie's kind of handsome. So Monet tries on her outfit. Shay asks, girl, one question. What do that booty do? Because you see that little mint chocolate chip booty over there. What that booty do? Monet, you know, love thick boys. Girl, I think that's why I don't buy her drag, because I buy her as a boy. I'm like, I'm thick. She got nice little man boobs, too. Anyway, I'm so stupid. So Jada cracks a joke. She's like, girl, y'all think she's big. Shit, look at them broad shoulders. Look at her shoulders. Girl, Monet used to have play sports or football or something. Girl, she had to be talking about, that's a hut. She had to be. Girl, she had to be on somebody's line, child. Anyway, so she makes a crack with jokes, you know, says that she's the thick icon. Okay. And then that she has a small waist but big talent. Okay. Shay decides to go bridal. We've done that one before. Girl, but they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that works for you, Shay, because this idea was very reminiscent with the head wrap, the veil, fitted bodice, and all. But hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Trinity's dress is coming along, and she knows she's putting it together. She tries it on, ties it around. Everybody's like, ooh, bitch, that dress was sickening. And it wouldn't even finish, but man, Trinity has a brilliant sense of fashion, and she has a creative ability about her that allows her to be able to put the look together before it's created. Like that, her just in its inception and in its first iteration, it was sickening, sickening. So they're all joking. Jinx is stressed, all caps, all caps, stressed. She's like, I hate that dress. I'm gonna tell her. Now, mind you, she's over there looking, because she's so quirky looking. No eyebrows, so she's over there looking really, really stressed. And just so helpless, bless her little heart, bless her little heart. So Trinity's like, girl, what's the problem, girl? Girl, don't you dare do that. Girl, this what you do, we gonna go do. And so she starts helping Jinx with her dress. And she's like, you make sure when you hot glue this seam's turned this way. Girl, you're gonna add another one, little sash right here, girl. You're gonna just hot glue, good. Baby, she had turned it. Do you hear me? To be able to help them, only to find out later on in the show, on Untucked, they're like, girl, thank you for helping all of us. See, but that's what happens when you get so. Because girl, you gonna whip your stuff out, and then you can be sisterly and help your other people if that's the route you choose to go. I live. Alrighty. So after all that, Jinx is like, I hate my dress. They all bust out laughing. Girl, the dress is like, ugh. Monet has some last minute sewing that she needs to do, so she's doing that. Trinity brings up the alliance. And having each other's back because she needs reassurance. Like, girl, look, I done made it through. I'm not blocked this week. I know I am going to break it up. Girl, what's up? You got my back. I got your back. We're going to make sure we don't get blocked. Because if I got it, I ain't going to block you. You got it. You ain't going to block me. Okay, that's just what it is. I got it. I ain't going to block you. You got it. You ain't going to block me. You got me. I got you. I got you. We see each other. So as they're having the discussion, they're like, girl, we should pull in some more people into this alliance. What you think? We should get some more team players like, you know, on Big Brother. You know, they got teams. We should pull some more people in. So they're like, hey, Jinx. Now, mind you, in the last episode, Jinx walked in. She knew what the tea was. Y'all working on something alliance? So they call her in to see if she's interested. And she comes over. She says, what the alliance talking about? What is the alliance talking about? Love it. Baby, don't be fooled. They know what y'all doing. So they propose her joining the alliance. And one thing I have to admit, I admire the fact of her morals didn't allow her to play that type of game. It may bite her in the ass says later, but she was like, I don't know. That's a little ticky. That's a little, I'm not going to be, no. Oh, anyway, so they're like, well, girl, she just said no. So anyway, so Trinity goes over. You know, Trinity's on the hunt now. Girl, we got to build a team. Girl, we need some team members on this team. It's me and you, girl, eventually we going to bump heads. So she approaches Shay. Shay is over there, and she's like, hey, girl, me and Monet were talking about this alliance, you know. Oh, if you didn't know, girl, me and Monet got this alliance. And, girl, we got each other. No, we just want to know, girl, do you want to join, girl? You know, come on, girl, come to the winning side. And then she didn't say it like that. I'm paraphrasing, you know, making it a little heavy. But, you know, it is what it is. So Shay is like, how does this work? And then she's talking, she says, well, wait a minute. I have a star. You have a star. No, I'm sorry. Does Trinity have a star by now? No, Trinity doesn't have a star. I'm sorry. She says, I have a star. Jinx has a star. Monet has a star. So the only one who hasn't been blocked with a star is Monet. So inevitably, that benefits her. That doesn't benefit you and I. Nah, sis, I'm good. And I think at that time too, Trinity too was like, girl, wait, because that means she would be up above us if we get to. So I think she's playing it off the moment. She comes back to Monet like, girl, Shay said hell no too. Girl, don't nobody want to be on that team. So Jada walks up on the alliance and she's like, girl, what y'all doing? Y'all talking about something? Y'all got an alliance or something? And Trinity's like, no, 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 no. And Shay says, yes, they do. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Girl, working the system. They come, and Trinity in her confession like, girl, she can't tell everybody, girl. So they pitch it to Jada. Jada also is like, girl, no ma'am. No, 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 no. I don't think I can do it like that. Girl, nobody wants to be on your team, honey. Stop trying to make fetch happen. It ain't happening. It is so funny. Jada walks off, Shay walks off. They're all like, girl, whatever. Well, now we're at the runway. Doom, 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 doom. Whatever. Ru looks amazing. She has on a pink cold shoulder. In the drag world, a cold shoulder means that a shoulder is out. So you cover one is out. A cold shoulder with an alternating high split. Ru introduces the judges, of course, Michelle Visage, because Michelle Visage is always going to be there. Where else is Michelle going to be? She's Ru's gal pal. And I'm sure she's probably signed a hefty paycheck. So she's like, bitch, I ain't got shit else going on, girl. I'm there. Where I'm going. Where the judges are introduced, it's Michelle Visage, Carson Kressley, and a guest judge by the name of Kirby Howell Baptiste. She's acted in a couple of things. They named it Cruella. I don't really remember her, Cruella. I might need to rewatch that, but she was in Cruella. Real pretty girl, real beautiful. So Ru starts the runway, and we're waiting, and all of a sudden, here's Vanna White. She looks really, really nice. She looks good. And keep in mind, we had the riddle at the beginning of the, she didn't already done had her. And then we had the hangman with Vanna White Party. Then we had the spinning of the wheel. All these things were reminiscent of Wheel of Fortune. So that is what has tied all this together. Real, real cute, Ru, or production, whomever came up with it. Really, really cute idea. Real refreshing. So she plays as the MC or the host of the runway, and she introduces, and here are the looks. Okay, that was good. I have to say, I admit Jada was better to me than Trinity, because Trinity gave me very what I see Monet do, or what I perceive and think I've seen Monet do in majority of most of her lip sync battles, is she looks to see what the other person is doing, and her moves are committed to being off of what the next person does. Like Monet, like if that person just turned to Monet does, you know, back to that, and then the jump split or the, like, and Trinity was very that, this, you know, kind of, what is Jada doing? Okay, Jada's playing an instrument. Let me go play it with her. I don't know, but Jada was just really, really good. So at the end, Jada wins the lip sync, so she wins the $10,000, and she blocks, dun dun dun. If you haven't seen, she blocks Jinx. Well, ladies and gentlemen, heavy hitters out there, again, thank you so much for coming in. That does end this review of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 7 All-Stars Episode 3, The Realness Fortune Ball. And I hope you really, really enjoyed this. Again, subscribe, like, comment, and hit the notification button so you'll be aware whenever I post something else. I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next time, be easy.